Hello and welcome to the daily highlights from the campground of the 63rd Annual Convention of Foursquare, Nigeria, reaching you from Ajebo. Yes, the Foursquare television is here and we're representing. How have you been? Are you on the camp? Are you coming to camp? Or are you watching at home? Wherever you are, I say welcome. So today I'll be sharing some things with you. Top on the list will be the visit of the General Overseer of Foursquare Nigeria to the Foursquare television studio. He was rather impressed with what he met on the ground. And I will also be sharing with you things happening. Delegates have come from all over the country, and some of them took almost 2 days on the road in getting here. You'll meet some of them. Activities are picking up. Business is booming. Welcome. I'm Cordelia Obe, and these are the highlights I'll be giving to you today.
Life can be tough and difficult, but with the presence of the Almighty God in your life, mountains will be leveled, valleys will be filled, troubles and trials will become testimonies. Come experience your own supernatural intervention at the 63rd National Convention of the Foursquare Gospel Church with the theme, The Almighty God.
All right, so where is the best place to start this from? Definitely from home. The General Overseer of Foursquare Gospel Church, Nigeria, Reverend Felix Medoye, paid a visit to the studio to find out what has been put in place to make sure things go well. He was very impressed and happy to note that as part of propagating the fourfold ministry of Jesus Christ, the studio is up and running. He shared some time in chatting with the people at the studio and said some beautiful words of prayers for everybody present and unto the Lord. In response to the kind words of the General Overseer of Foursquare Gospel Church, Nigeria, the chairman of Foursquare TV, Reverend Benson Osieme, showed some appreciation and promised to make sure that the Foursquare television did what it was meant to do. It's the 63rd Annual Convention of Foursquare Gospel Church, Nigeria. And so ministers from all over the country and even some foreign delegates have come together to have the usual meeting. And it is the National Ministerial Council meeting. It held so a few days ago, and they came together to share experiences, discoveries made, expectations, and everything they need to share, they shared. Some of the people who did share something during that council meeting were management staff of the Macpherson University, led by the VC of that university. And what did they come to do? They came to present to the House the fact that the university now has full accreditation from the Nigerian University Commission. While presenting the certificate, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeniyi Agumbiade, said it was a feat not many universities have been able to achieve. Receiving the certificate, the General Overseer of Foursquare Gospel Church Nigeria, Reverend Felix Medoye, applauded the university and said that this definitely was a feat worth celebrating.
Our consolidated property, the property of all of us. You know, the university belongs to all of us.
Where did you come from? Okay, I'm not asking for your tribe. Your journey. Did you come from Lagos? Did you come from around? Or do you even live within the vicinity of the camp? If you do, that means your journey wasn't that long. But guess what? There are some people who had been on the road for nearly 2 days. A very long journey. Talking about people from Katsina, Kano, Jigawa, Nasarawa. Those states are far. And they spent some time on the road. But they arrived safely. Thank God for that. At the accreditation point, we met some of them who showed the fact that they were very excited to be here and they had high expectations.
To a gaskiyance mun sha fama sosai a wannan hanya, musamman mun taso tun karfe 1 na rana ba mu sauka nan ba sai karfe 6 na safe, kusan awa 18 muna hanya.
I want to give God the glory for Johnny message first of all, but it's not something that is easy. You know, with the condition of the nation of Nigeria roads, you know, the roads are very bad, especially from Lokoja down to Okene, Akungba, terribly bad. But we thank God for Johnny message. We drove all the way from Kano. We left Kano around 1 o'clock. And we came to this camp around 6 a.m. in the morning.
In the same vein, we had delegates coming in too from the eastern part of the country and other parts of the country too. They too shared their experiences on the road and their expectations.
My expectation is to meet God afresh.
My expectation is God demonstrating His mighty work through His mightiness.
My expectation is that God will answer all our needs and will always be there for us in times of trouble.
And not just the delegates who came from very far distances have expectations. Even those around have their expectations too. Fikayo and Kenny, our correspondents, went into the camp to also meet other people to find out what their expectations are for this convention. Me, what is my expectation? I'll tell you before we go.
My expectation, this convention is all the Almighty God. So I can't expect anything less than what the Almighty God can do.
Basically, the first thing is to worship the Almighty God. And in the place of worship, anything can happen.
I'm expecting that the Almighty Himself will do mighty miracles in this convention.
Personally, I look forward to a convention where the Almighty God that is able to provide, able to defend, able to supply, mighty to do all that anybody can think about.
This is my year. The Almighty God, all our standing promises. This is our year of new heights.
My great expectation for this convention is that by the time I go back home, I would have been filled with the blessings received here.
One bit I really love during any service, I love the praise session, the worship session. I usually love them. I love to dance and I love the sound of the talking drum. I'm very sure we'll be having a lot of that because preparations have been in top gear and they've started showing all what they've prepared for. I'm talking about the praise team. They've started showing and adding color to the whole gathering. So the 63rd annual convention has beautiful music all lined up. And the praise team lead, Temitokwe Folajimi, assures us that it's going to be a beautiful time.
By the grace of God, I'm the one heading the praise and worship department. So we are here together with the praise team, trusting God to worship Him and bring down the glory of God.
Well, one thing she also said was to encourage conventioners to please pay attention. Don't be distracted, because at the point of praise and worshiping, miracles still do take place. Thanks for joining us. I'm still giving you highlights on the 2018 annual convention, the 63rd convention of Foursquare Gospel Church, Nigeria. My name is Cordelia Obe. Well, we've said a lot of things so far on the program, but there's something we've not really talked about. The convention planning committee chairman. Does he have anything to tell us? Well, he has assured us that, God helping us, there will be minimal hitches, if possible, no hitches at all, during the convention this year. He spoke with us during an interview session on Foursquare television. His name is Reverend Friday Obende. Hear a bit from him.
I want to thank God that from what you can see on the ground and the various ways people have received this particular convention, I think we are good to go.
He also charged conventioners to focus on what they've come for, and that is entreating God to hear them, answer them, and do what they are believing Him to do for them. Still talking about the planning for the convention, the vice chairman of the planning committee, Pastor Paul Olagunju, assured conventioners that no worries, no need to fast because there will be food, at least 2 meals a day. So that means you don't have to worry very much now, do you? He also spoke with us during an interview session on Foursquare television.
I have an opportunity to listen to some of our reports. We have paid very huge attention to feeding, comforts, and safety of all our members. As we speak, every conventioner, every person that comes for the convention is guaranteed a 2 meal a day.
He, however, appealed to conventioners to please cooperate with the kitchen to make sure that things go round everybody and go orderly too. It's almost time to go on this particular outing of the highlights on the convention 2018. But before then, where human beings are gathered, we usually have a lot of buying and selling happening too, because whether you like it or not, there are some things you would have forgotten at home. I, for one, I forgot my toothbrush. How it happened, I don't know, but they had to help me buy. That means that there are people around who are doing some buying and selling. There is a market, and activities have really picked up. People are going shopping, food, clothing, basically everything that you may need to make your stay here very, very, conducive. Now, some of those who spoke with us also showed the fact that they're very happy at the fact that things are picking up, and I'm happy for them too. But something we must make sure we do not do is do some street side trading. That is not allowed, and there is a task force in charge of that. And the task force has this to say.
To hawk or to sell things around the camp, we've made this place suitable and very, very good for all traders.
So it is prohibited, and so don't do it. Don't encourage anybody who's selling by the streets. Encouraging them would mean you're buying from them. Don't do that. Go to the designated parts of the camp to purchase whatever you need. And what about security? Put in place, definitely, to make sure that everything is safe and sound.
From the camp here to the Ibadan Express, we have the police patrol vans who will be patrolling, the FRS will be patrolling, the DSS, and of course we have decided to add military patrol this time around because of the nature of people, the caliber of people we are expecting.
I'll bring you more highlights as the convention progresses. On behalf of the team, thanks for watching. I'm Cordelia Obey.